Alright, and I'm back. So, last week Disney had like a big special event for Disney Plus that they called Disney Plus Day, and they made a whole bunch of big announcements in Star Wars and Pixar and all this stuff. But they really focused a lot on Marvel, and I think there's some interesting tidbits there because we got to see the first look at a whole bunch of shows that they've announced for, I don't know, over a year now. So let's get into it. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World!
Okay, so kind of first little tidbit here, kind of an important thing. This week is going to be a little bit different. I will not be streaming, I won't be live streaming all week because I am going out of town, going on a little quick vacation. So I believe, when is it? Wednesday, I won't be live streaming. I'm going to probably pre-record something there with my kid brother. We'll probably just do the sports thing again because it was so fun, and because this weekend once again proved that we don't know shit about fuck. But it's we'll probably just pre-record that, and I'll load it for you guys. Thursday, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I have no idea. It depends on how things go while I'm over there, how busy I am, and if I even have time to record anything or space, or if I can even have access to. Well, Thursdays I don't do live shows anyway, and Friday, yeah, it would greatly depend on see if the internet that I have can actually do a live stream or not, or again, maybe if I'm hungover or not or whatever. So who knows? Who knows? The point is, I'm going out of town, and afterwards, I'll just show you videos and stuff. Maybe might this time I'm considering actually editing something, so we'll see. Again, I consider a lot of things, but that's neither here nor there. Let's get into today's topic. And before we get into that, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Super Dario World on YouTube and on Twitch. Live streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 10 a.m. on Pacific, by the way, but not this week. You just heard me say it, not this week. This week, it's just going to be live stream today and tomorrow. Maybe Friday. Who knows? But if you want to send me something privately, or if you want to check out, store, we usually when I travel is when I do Instagram stories. So if you want to check those out, you can always do that on Instagram at DarioSDW, or message me privately there. So let's get into this because, like I said, there's a few interesting tidbits that came out in the Disney Plus event. There's a few things that I did not really anticipate. There's a few things that I'm like, that looks kind of crappy. So let's get into the whole thing. Oh, actually, before we get into the whole thing, there's also a few pieces of news that I figured kind of related to this particular topic. And the first one is that news came out of the set. Well, came out from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And now, as you know, there's a lot of speculation that this movie is going to, make basically, first off, it's directed by Sam. I believe it's directed by Sam Raimi, which is very exciting because Sam Raimi did all the Spider-Man movies. So that's actually something that's pretty cool. And also, it's supposed to be described as the Marvel Cinematic Universe's first horror film. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness sees the return of Cumberbatch. I hope that's how you say his name, as he reprises his role as Dr. Stephen Strange. This time, the Sorcerer Supreme will be joined by Scarlet Witch, portrayed by Elizabeth Olsen, who is coming off the critical success WandaVision. The sequel is expected to tie into the events of WandaVision, Loki, and Spider-Man No Way Home. So, again, it's going to bring everything together that they've been setting up for the past couple of years. Supposedly, allegedly. And it should be exciting. Again, Sam Raimi, for those of you who don't know, he directed the original Spider-Man trilogy. He directed Evil Dead, so he's a good director. And it'd be interesting to see, again, this is supposed to be like the first horror film. But to me, if I'm not mistaken, The New Mutants was the first horror film. I don't know. I mean, I guess MCU is different than all the X-Men stuff. Yeah, technically. The issue here is that, in here, I'll just read you the headline. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness reshoots are significant. So according to The Hollywood Reporter, the reshoots are said to be significant, and additional photography is also being done. The reshoots are said to last 6 weeks, and the team working with a team working 6 days a week. However, it's also noted that this amount of reshoots isn't uncommon for Marvel films and other MCU films that have larger reshoots. So, this is not good news. I'm not a big reshoot guy. I've always had issues with reshoots. I mean, I get it. If you need to get a movie done, you need to get a movie done. It's fine. I understand that. It concerns me because usually it means that, I mean, it's considered, it means that they're trying to change something usually, and so I'm not a big fan of that. Well, it depends, I guess. Once you see the stuff on, like, for example, a big example would be the Suicide Squad, the original Suicide Squad. They had the movie was kind of already made, and then they made a bunch of reshoots, and the movie came out and looked like shit, right? So it's one of those, and usually they changed it. And my theory has always been that they changed it because Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and DC was like, oh fuck, we gotta do something that looks more like that, because that movie was awesome and people loved it. And so my theory has always been that they did the reshoots so that it would look more like Guardians of the Galaxy, so try to be funnier instead of darker and more fun. Well, cooler. And so it kind of messed things up. So it's possible that that's what's happening here. Again, it's not, it might just be that, you know, they shot something and it looked like shit and they have to shoot it again, or they recast somebody, but I don't really see how that happens. So again, usually not a good sign. At least I don't think it's a good sign when you have to do considerable reshoots. It means that they're completely altering the story. Second little tidbit of news: Captain America 4. So allegedly, according to one of the let me see, it's to Nat Moore, the VP of Production and Development at Marvel Studios, will make Sam Wilson earn the title of Captain America. Now, this is an interesting tidbit because I thought that's what Falcon and the Winter Soldier was about. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. The whole show was about him earning the title of Captain America. However, after reading a little bit more into the interview, it's like, okay, listen, it's a great idea and it's a great concept, and this is the beauty of having superheroes that are not completely overpowered. You can put them in very interesting situations. So here you go. This is, again, according to Nate Moore, the VP of Production and Development at Marvel Studios, speaking in an interview. I think he's not Steve Rogers, and that's a good thing, because to me, this new Cap is Rocky. Like Rocky Balboa. He's going to be the underdog in any situation. He's not a super soldier. He's not 100 years old. He doesn't have the Avengers. What happens to this guy who announces publicly, kind of without the support of anybody, I'm the new Captain America? What happens next? I think it's fascinating because he's a guy. He's a guy with wings and a shield, but he's just a guy. So we're going to put him through the ringer and make him earn it and see what happens when he is outweighed, outclassed, out everything. What makes somebody Captain America? I'm going to argue it's not being super soldier, and I think we're going to prove that with Mackie and Sam Wilson. This sounds fan-fucking-tastic. Fantastic. I think it's an incredible thing, and this is the beauty. The beauty of Captain America is that he's not completely and totally overpowered. Like he's not the most powerful dude. Like he's not as strong as Thor. He's not as smart as Bruce Banner. He's not as he doesn't have the finesse of Black Widow. But you know, he's kind of like a guy, and he has the heart, and he's you can trust him. Like, again, he's the beating heart of the Avengers, right? He brings everybody together, and he's a great leader. Sam, he kind of has to earn the title of being the leader if he's even going to be the leader. And again, he's just a guy. I love this concept. I love this idea because you can do something. It's a David versus Goliath thing. You can put Sam Wilson. Imagine Sam Wilson having to take on somebody like I don't know, let's say a Thanos. And you got to figure it, as a writer, you have to figure out how the fuck would Sam Wilson beat Thanos. And I know what you're thinking. It's impossible. It's doable. Batman has taken down Superman several times. All you have to do is, as a writer, all you have to do is be creative and, work. It's better to have a super, super strong villain and a weak hero, because it makes the hero that much better. They have to rise to the occasion, and you have to find creative ways of doing it. This is a fantastic setup. It all depends on the villain. Like, if they put him like a regular French dude who kicks his ass all the time, it's not going to be fun, because again, once again, I'm going to quote the TV show Heels here again, and the trailer of the TV show Heels. A hero can only rise as high as his villain. Like that's a level of glory. A hero that takes a kitten out of the tree is not as comparable as a hero who is not David taking down Goliath. A hero can only rise as high as his villain is. So this is very important. So if they're going to put Sam Wilson through the ringer, that's fantastic. Put him in the worst situation possible. Put him against the next big bad and see how he does. And here's the beauty of it. He doesn't have to win. I mean, Rocky does not win, but he has to be in the fight. He has to not be afraid. He has to go through it and come out on the other side, just survive basically. And that's a victory on its own. So this is actually pretty exciting. I was not that big into the idea when I first heard of like who they were setting up to make to write the next Captain America. But if the VP, if the the heads of the department are like, hey, no, this is what we're doing, this is the direction that we're going, it could be exciting. So we'll see how it goes. Again, Sam Wilson. The big issue with Falcon is that he's been used as a joke in the MCU mainly. I mean, he got beat up by Ant-Man, so they have first off, they have to kind of clean up his image a lot, and this could do it. So, all right, let's see. You never know. Could be exciting. And now let's get into all the Disney Plus stuff, because again, they mentioned a lot of stuff, and some of them were actually pretty surprising. I mean, because I was shocked that I hadn't really heard of a lot of these. But let's begin with Agatha, House of Harkness. Now, for those of you who did not watch WandaVision, Agatha Harkness is the main antagonist in that. Well, it's one of the main let's say it's the main antagonist in the TV series, the Disney Plus series, WandaVision. If you would like to know more about Agatha, I did like a review of every single episode of that show, and I went through it the entire show, so it's kind of like watching it just through my my perspective. Anyway. So it was announced on October, and supposedly it's going to be a dark comedy. It's not exactly sure when it's going to come out, but Catherine Hahn will reprise her role, and it's not exactly sure. And by the way, the writer and producer, executive producer of WandaVision will be coming back. Now the thing is, it's not exactly clear if this is going to be before WandaVision or after WandaVision. Who knows? Because again, if you watch the show, you realize that Wanda made a big, massive mistake by just leaving her alive. So we'll see how it goes. And them trying to make her the main character, I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I don't think it's a character that's interesting enough to get their own show. But whatever. I mean, if they have the actress under contract, sure, why not? But okay, all right, sure. I don't hate it. Next, we have XMen 97. So they announced that this honestly is a shocker, because they're basically going to be, let me see, it's a long way off because it's coming out in 2023, but the animated series will take place where the original Fox cartoon left off. So if you grew up in the 90s, you probably watched the X-Men, the animated TV show. And you probably know the theme song, which is probably one of the greatest theme songs of any TV show of all time. Well, not theme songs, like the opening riff. So that's fantastic. It's exciting. I don't remember where the show left off, to be honest, but I remember that show ended, and then it became X-Men Evolution, I believe, and then there was Wolverine and the X-Men. I don't know. There's a lot of I need to go back a lot. So I remember that maybe it was the saga. Maybe it was the Phoenix Saga. Was that the last one? Or is it when they go to the island with the dinosaurs? Or was it Apocalypse? You know what? Who the fuck knows? The point is, it looks like it's coming back. I actually watched that show in Spanish, so when the riff was going on, like Gambito, Jupiter, it was actually fun. I love that show. It's great. Next, so that should be fun again. 2023, and it's gonna be an animated show. Next, we have Echo. Echo is a character who will be appearing in the next Hawkeye TV show. It's not very clear how they're going to be handled, how it's going to happen, but it's supposedly going to be played by the deaf Native American Alaqua Cox. Okay, so no, I'm sorry. The series is about the deaf Native American. It's going to be played by Alaqua Cox. Now, supposedly she will be appearing in the TV show Hawkeye, so we'll know more about this particular character then. So I guess I'll just save my opinions until I actually see that show. See if it's a character that's worthy of having its own series. Next, we have I Am Groot. I can't do it. I can't do Vin Diesel justice here. I am Groot. I am Groot. No, I can't do him. I can't do Vin Diesel justice. Anyway, It's going to be a new animated series about everyone's favorite alien who is also a living tree, Groot. It will follow him as a baby, growing up. It is directed and executive produced by Kristen Lepore. The series it doesn't have a release date yet. So there you go. A bunch of like baby Groot doing baby Groot stuff. Moving on, we have Ironheart. With Iron Man no longer as part of the MCU, someone has to take up the mantle, right? Dominic Thorne, played by Riri Williams, a super genius who wears the most advanced suit of armor on Earth. The series, it again doesn't have a release date yet. This, I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna work. Why? You don't listen. Doesn't matter. Like if you're going to replace an Iron Man. Iron Man was a movie franchise, so I think you would go with movies, right? But whatever. I mean, they're going TV show. I guess Disney's going really hard on Disney Plus because I'm guessing it's making them a lot of money. I don't know. I just think it kind of kills certain things. Whatever. Doesn't matter. The industry is in a very interesting place. It's in a crux, and we're going to see: are we going to stick with digital, or are we actually going to go back to movie theaters? Well, the way of the future is going to be particularly interesting for that industry. Next, we have Moon Knight. Now, for those of you who don't know, Oscar Isaac, who recently appeared in Dune, he did a pretty good job. Or he plays Poe in the Star Wars sequels. He was announced that he will be playing the character Moon Knight. And here we actually get some footage. So we got some footage of Oscar Isaac playing Moon Knight. And for those of you who don't know who Moon Knight is basically imagine if Batman and Deadpool had a baby. So that's the easiest way to describe him, I think, because he's kind of crazy and he's a Cape Crusader, but he's definitely insane. We got to see a little bit of the insanity, a little bit of the look. I did not love the accent that he has at certain points. It's weird. Listen, I'm really weird with ear stuff, with sound stuff, because it's something that I do professionally, and I think I have a pretty decent ear for stuff. So sometimes I'm a bit too, let's say, harsh on the way I judge audio, and most people don't really care about audio that much. So maybe it's a me thing. So all right, okay, I'll forget it. But the point is, Oscar Isaac, good actor. Moon Knight, good character. Theoretically, this should be great. It should be great. But we'll never know. Honestly, until we see it, we won't know. It looked a little crappy, to be honest. It reminded me of like an early 2000s TV show, kind of like, I don't know, like Dark Angel or something ish. It gave me that vibe. But we'll see. I could be wrong. Again, you got a good actor, you have a good character. If used right, it should be a lot of fun. So we'll see. Gus Becerra, let me see what's up here. I'm really nervous about MCU moving forward unless Deadpool and X-Men save it. Here's the fun part. The X-Men and Deadpool could actually completely fuck it up. It all depends on how they introduce them. Like if all of it, like the MCU has set up a lot of stuff, and what they have not set up is a world where humanity is evolving and getting superpowers and all that stuff. It hasn't been done yet. And so it would be maybe the first mutants that pop up would be, I don't know, the X-Men. It's weird. And so we'd see the X-Men as babies. I don't know. It's weird. It's an interesting thing. I don't know how they're going to bring him to. I already said the perfect way to bring him in was with WandaVision, and they didn't do it. Let me explain. Let me get into it. So I thought that what they should have done with WandaVision is that actually WandaVision was House of M. So the MCU is the world of House of M. And by those of you who don't know, House of M is a storyline where Scarlet Witch basically says no more mutants. So she uses her powers to alter reality and no more mutants have powers. They're still superpowered beings. There's also like a what if of Wanda saying no more powers in general, so nobody has powers. But in House of M specifically, she says no more mutants. So the way that I thought that the best way to bring him in is like, hey, the MCU turns out this whole time you're actually living in an altered reality. You're living in House of M. You're living in a world where Scarlet Witch says that, yeah, no more mutants. I'm done. And because the way that Wanda got her powers is not by being a mutant. It's because she went through all the weird Hydra stuff where she gets where she got tested on or whatever and experimented on, and I guess she got the the weird kind of like Phoenix Force equivalent, the Scarlet Witch, get into her body. It's weird. It was stupid. I thought it would be a clever way to bring in the X-Men, because okay, so you got WandaVision, that it turns out that that's where we realized that Wanda is actually the MCU is actually the world of House of M, and so that kind of breaks. In WandaVision, we see Wanda break, and then she brings back reality to the real reality, and that's when the X-Men show up again, and they get their powers again, and they're like, holy shit, what the fuck did you do, Wanda? So I thought that could be fun. The issue, this is what everybody tells me, it's too hard for the normies. It's really hard for the normies to understand. My answer is, if you write it well enough, it should be pretty fucking clear. But whatever, man. Again, they don't pay me for these things, so whatever. It's maybe someday somebody will have a brain, but whatever. So I agree with you. MCU looks very concerning right now. It looks like a mess. It looks like a total mess, and we'll see how they handle it. We'll see how they handle it. Next, we have Miss Marvel. We got the first look at Miss Marvel. Now, for those of you who don't know who Miss Marvel is, she is Kamala Khan. And here, for some reason, she's doing a Carol Danvers cosplay. Carol Danvers, for those of you who don't know, is Captain Marvel, which is, again, a perfect example of why a superhero movie was boring. Because the main character, the hero, was way more powerful than the villain. And the villain, you remember how Jude Law, and you remember how she was like just completely overpowered, completely obliterated Jude Law. Again, it's not as fun. You need the villain to be more powerful than the hero. That's a fun adventure. All right, whatever. So Kamala Khan, I'm not sure how to explain her powers, because she like stretches and has strength and stuff. I just remember playing the Square Enix Avengers game and playing as Kamala Khan and being like, I want to go back to being the Hulk. I want to go back to being Thor or whatever. She's a B-level superhero. It could be fun. Again, it depends how it's written. We'll see. Supposedly, it's going to tie into Captain Marvel as well, and to another hero that I don't remember right now. But all right, we'll see how it goes. Coming out summer 2022. Oh yeah, by the way, Moon Knight coming out 2022. No specific date yet. Next, we move on to the fun stuff. Secret Invasion. Now, this is concerning in many ways. So, all right, I'll read you what they say here, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Captain Marvel really set the stage for this show, and while there is no footage for the upcoming series, we did get to see the logo for it again. The show stars Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as Talos the Skrull. There's a big issue with this particular storyline. For those of you who don't know Secret Invasion, there's an alien species known as the Skrull who are like kind of strong and powerful and who are shapeshifters. And so they kind of take the place of particular superheroes, and it's fun because it's like, who the fuck is this? Who is it? It's like you're trying to hunt for the Cylon. It's like you're trying to you're trying to see who the Thing is. Well, the Thing, I mean the horror movie, in the Arctic, whatever. So it was a really fun concept. It's like, it's Captain America Skrull. Like, is there betraying us? Is there a mole inside the house? It's a fun thing. It's a fun concept. Shapeshifters are actually pretty terrifying in many ways, because you never know who it is and who's where and where's the original and all that stuff. The big issue here is that, I'll read you that first line again. Captain Marvel really set the stage for this show. Captain Marvel obliterated the show. Because if you guys remember, in Captain Marvel, there's only 10 Skrulls left. Supposedly they've been chased to extinction, and now they're on Earth, and they're just kind of hanging out, trying to, bang and bring their numbers back. But in one generation, I don't think you're going to get that many back. So it went from being an invasive alien species, like a whole alien species, to just a ship filled with refugees trying to just survive. So it made one of the biggest, funnest antagonists in Marvel just losers and just the victims. I don't see how this show could go. I don't understand the purpose of it. I don't see how they're gonna make it fly, unless they just completely plan on retcon the whole Captain Marvel movie. But okay, all right. Well, we'll see. It's coming soon. Samuel Jackson's gonna be in it. It should be fun. We got a first look at him without a patch. Looked pretty cool. We'll see how it goes. Next, we got the first look at She-Hulk, and you probably can't see much here, but it's the image that they showed us of She-Hulk. And let me tell you something, I didn't love it. So first off, the good thing about the teaser is that it confirms that Hulk will actually be in it. We actually got to see the actor whose name Mark Ruffalo. You know how I remembered his name? It's funny because I saw this meme and I'll never forget it. Mark Ruffalo has the name that a dog would give a human. So I'll just never forget it. Like Mark Ruffalo. All right. So it's coming 2022. The series got a brand new logo, and more importantly, we got to see new footage. There were no full shots of Jennifer Walters, Tatiana Maslany, that's the actress, hulking out, but we did get a glimpse of the back of the costume and her green skin. She-Hulk is directed and executive produced by Kat Coiro and Anu Valia, also directing. Executive producer Jay Sagayo serves as head writer. I'm going to tell you what I hated here. I hated that one of the few lines in this show, in the teaser, is her saying, like, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Because first off, she completely and totally fucked up the line. Well, I mean, fucked up the delivery. I didn't think it was great. Second, it's basically why it annoys me when they don't do original stuff. Like, you just basically, that's the Hulk line, right? That's a iconic line from the Hulk. Give her something new. Give her something better. Don't just be like, oh yeah, I'm pretending to be the Hulk. I'm the new Hulk. No, give him something new. Give him something different. The character has more than enough material, has more than enough iconic stuff that you could do with it. Why are you just being like, oh yeah, this is, it's a signal for people to know that this is going to be the new Hulk going forward. No, and the Hulk still has a long way to go. What the hell are you doing? So, annoyed me. Not particularly excited for it, but you never know. You never know. We'll see how they handle it. Next, unexpected, Spider-Man freshman year. There is a new animated series coming to Disney Plus following Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker. So it's not Miles Morales, it's Peter Parker. And that will follow Peter Parker on his journey to become Spider-Man in the MCU. Jeff Tramiel will be the head writer and executive producer. So it looks like they're going to continue with the Tom Holland storyline here, or at least that's what I understand. Because for those of you who don't remember, Spider-Man, this particular Spider-Man, the Tom Holland Spider-Man, made his first appearance in Captain America Civil War. So, and he just kind of like showed up. It's like Iron Man went out to find somebody, and he found Spider-Man. He's like, hey, yeah, I know you're Spider-Man. Come fight with me. Which made no fucking sense, by the way. And that's why, it's one of the reasons why I hate Civil War. Let me just give you a quick refresher. In Civil War, Iron Man was arguing that we should register all the freaking all the superpower beings, blah blah. Steve Rogers was like, no, we shouldn't betray all our friends, blah blah blah. And all of a sudden, Iron Man goes and recruits a teenager who knows how he knew that he was Spider-Man. Spider-Man has always been super secretive about his powers, but whatever. Apparently, he's a teenager and a dumbass, and we live in a surveillance state, and he has all the technology in the world. So okay, I get that he could figure that out. So fine. He figures it out, and then he goes and recruits him, but he doesn't register him. He does not register Peter Parker. It makes no sense. And again, teenager, bringing him to maybe a deadly fight. Let's say super irresponsible, but whatever. It annoyed me. Again, I nitpick on stuff. So this could be fun. We might actually get to see this particular Peter Parker, how he gets his powers. We will probably get to see the Uncle Ben getting it again, because we haven't seen his origin story at all. And it's something that honestly I didn't actually, because we already know Peter Parker's story. We already know, everybody and their mother knows Peter Parker's story. But why not? In an animated form, could be fun, could be well done. And if it's voiced by Tom Holland again or whatever, if they put his personality, could be cool. Next, we have What If. I like animated show. We have What If season 2. Now, complete and total transparency here. I have not seen What If season 1. The main reason is I got busy and I forgot. And the main reason why I still haven't watched it, it's because it's a filler show. So I don't feel like I'm missing much if I don't see it. I've heard that there's cool episodes. I've heard that there's really stupid episodes. I heard there's an episode where Ultron takes over the body of Vision, which makes really no fucking sense. And because if I remember correctly, in Age of Ultron, they made Ultron had a body that was exactly the. Oh, first off, Ultron was created from Jarvis, and Vision was created from Jarvis too. And they both and Ultron had a body that was made of vibranium, and Vision is made out of vibranium. The only difference is maybe the Mind Stone, but I don't know. It seemed kind of like stupid. It seems stupid. I mean, listen, I'm not a big Vision guy. Never been. Always kind of hated him. I'm not big into robots, but all right, whatever. Maybe I'll watch it someday because I've heard good things and I've heard terrible things. But whatever. So the hit Disney Plus series about the MCU multiverse will return. Season 2 will be directed by executive producer Brian Andrews and executive producer AC Bradley serving as the head writer. We'll see how that goes. Finally, last but not least, again, they didn't give a specific release date, but last but not least, we have Marvel Zombies. Marvel Zombies is actually a very fun storyline. And again, it's basically exactly how you can hear it. Zombies, superheroes turning into zombies, which is very creepy stuff. It's also very dangerous stuff. It's also very fun stuff. So, spinning out of What If, the wildly popular comic series, Marvel Zombies is an animated series about, well, zombies. It will be directed and executive produced by Brian Andrews, who, if you paid attention, Brian Andrews is producing What If Season 2. So they'll probably tie those in together. It's fun. The Marvel Zombie storyline is very much enjoyable. You get to see some of your favorite superheroes. You get to root for some of your favorite superheroes to get it because they become zombies, and now the villains, some villains actually have to team up with heroes and be like, all right, I finally get to smash this dude's skull in, and I'll be cheered for it. So it's exciting stuff. It's fun. So there you go. That's pretty much everything that was announced on Disney Plus Day. Like I said, there's a few fun things. There's a few things that were silly. There's a few things that are dumb. But the big takeaway here is that Marvel and Disney Plus are definitely hitting the whole streaming thing hard. It's not a terrible thing. It just hasn't been great yet as far as the TV shows go. WandaVision was okay. It was different. It was a missed opportunity, but it was fun up to a point. Loki, I thought, was just completely stupid because anything. Listen, I have issues with time travel. I've always said it. I've always have issues with it. And Chef Spawn, doesn't DCU universe have this too? Yes. Everybody and their mother has something with zombies because zombies are fun, and zombies were very popular in one era. So yeah, there's definitely something in the DC universe about zombies. So let me see. Loki was stupid, and it made no sense. And it tried to explain something, but at the same time, it just completely didn't. It was stupid. I thought they were actually working on setting up something for the next movie, but I didn't really see it. Well, I mean, I didn't see what they were going for or how it actually changed because it completely broke their own rules several times. And next, we have Captain America. We have Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which, again, I hate it a lot. Very much a lot. It was a show that we didn't need, and it was stupid. And it should have been great. It should have been basically a spy show, but it wasn't. And now we have Hawkeye. Now Hawkeye, I have no idea. Could be good, could be not. I like the Jeremy Renner's in it. Jeremy Renner's a decent actor. I like the girl who's there, who's gonna be playing Kate Bishop. I was surprised about the Christmas theme. I think they're going for like a kind of like a Die Hard vibe, which could be great. Imagine a superhero Die Hard movie. That'd be fantastic. The only issue is that it's Hawkeye. So, I could see Hawkeye becoming kind of like a John McClane type character. And the bow and arrow makes it a little bit different. Well, actually, at this point, he's not Hawkeye anymore. He's playing Ronin, so he could do it. I don't know. We'll see. I'll probably go ahead and return to doing the reviews for that show again, like the next, like going through the whole thing, because it's fun, it's enjoyable, and it's easy content. So I'll probably do that. But that's it. That's it for today. As always, any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at Super Dario World Live on Instagram and on Twitch Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. But not this week. This week it's going to be Monday, Tuesday, maybe Friday. I'm going out of town. I'm going on vacation, and so I won't be doing a live stream the whole time. I might even do videos the whole time. I'll pre-record something probably for Wednesday, the sports thing, but I probably won't. Yeah, I probably won't. I don't know. We'll see. we'll see. It depends on how much fun I'm having. Also, if you want to send me something directly or privately, you can do that on Instagram at SuperDarioWorld and at DariusDW. Like I said, when I'm on vacation, I tend to load more stories and do more videos, so check it out there. Follow, like, subscribe. It really helps me out. I really appreciate it. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again next time.